ago.
Yeah, no, I was setting this up. So,
Um,
but what I did read in the article, no, I don't know if I read it in the article in the instructions, but basically his patent was given to the company.
oh, it was.
Yeah,
That was a mistake of him.
yeah, no. So I've basically changed my decision, and I think he should have sold to Tone.
Yeah.
But the only thing I thought about today was, so you know how they give us the post number of shares he had after Series A investments?
Uh-huh.
I wonder if we calculate, if we go those shares and then multiply it by, I think they said the shares were selling for $2.50, to see how much money he would have even when he only had 50% of the company.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of interesting because that'd be the only reason why he should go through investing and then sell out later.
Yeah, that's true.
So
It seems like he have too many problems, or he can run into many problems in the future if he do not sell it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and especially, yeah, especially, I think he just lacks the business skills to run a company, and he kind of said that in the beginning of the case.
We have
So
never
it's like,
run a bit. Yeah, you never run a business, and the only reason he doesn't want him to be in the position himself to be CEO, so he's trying to find someone else. So I mean, the options he has, which is the alternative, is that either he finds someone else that have potential the same skills as Tom Shields, um, or the skills that he's looking for, that do not want to have as much share in the company,
yeah,
or he should not have given up the patents, because that, if you have the patents, as you have the power still, even if he would sell it, he would have the power over it, and he would have to give him royalty.
he charge royalties.
Yeah.
So looking at it under Doug, he has 4.9 million shares, and if they're actually worth $2, then he should just sell out and just take his $9 million and leave.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's right. I don't know if it is $2.50, because you look at it and they've only invested, the company only has $8.4 million. So I don't
Yeah.
think those shares are selling for $2.50.
No.
So I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, she's right there. So I guess let's look at those questions. I've kind of changed my hypothesis, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to open up these questions quickly so that we can run through them and get on our way.
Yeah. So what do you work with when you with your uncle?
We today we installed a bunch of air conditioners and heaters to this old house.
So he's a construction worker, or he's just doing multiple things? What?
No, we just do air conditioners and heaters
Oh, okay.
with furnaces and stuff.
Yeah. So you know everything about furnaces then?
No, I don't know anything.
You don't know anything.
I don't understand furnaces. I always do the air conditioner. He does the furnace. I always do the stuff outside, and he does the stuff inside. Okay.
You should learn from him, because air condition is always break down. So, and that costs a lot of money. So
No, that does. It does cost a lot of money. Okay, so I got this. So, read case B. Vote: should Tom hire Barr? Yes or no? And what's your thought on that?
Where's the information about Barr? I didn't find anything about him. So
So, did you read the case B?
where did you find the case B?
It's underneath week 5 Yolex instructions. So then, like question 9, where we stopped, it says click here for case B and vote: should Tom hire Barr? Yes or no?
Okay, hold on. Yeah, I see the questions. Hold on a second. I need to pull it up. But just run us while I'm looking it up. Just tell me shortly what.
Okay, so case B, I'll just tell you what it was about. Case B
Yeah.
is ultimately he sold the company. He gave Tom 40% common stocks, and he gave himself the remaining 60%. Then Doug sold 20% back to the company to get cash out.
Okay.
So now he only owns 40%, and Tom owns 40% of the company, right?
Yeah.
So then Tom and Doug find this guy named Barr, and Doug doesn't like him, but Tom, as the CEO, can just hire him, even if Doug doesn't like him. So in the end, Tom hires Barr, and
Okay.
together they kind of team up and ultimately kick Doug out of the company.
So what position does Barr have?
Barr is the VP.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think he should have hired him then.
No, and I don't think he should have hired Tom. And no.
Yeah.
So, but the good thing about that case B, it gives us the after investment numbers and the numbers, the diluted rate. So after all of Series A investments are taken out, Doug only owns 29% of the company. Tom owns 20% of the company. 9% of the company is for the employees. 1% is Angel A, 4 for B, 2 for C. Tom owns 2. The venture company owns 24%, and another venture company owns 6%. So we can see how Doug owns nothing.
Yeah. Well, it seems like, okay, so in this scenario, then it seems like because Doug doesn't know anything, Tom Shields is just running him over.
Right, and exactly. And that's so they have a board meeting, and you read this in case C. They had a board meeting, and Tom told Barr to do the right thing for the company, meaning fire Doug. Because Doug cost $107,000 a year. So that's how they kick him out.
That's messed up, man.
Okay, so they say on this thing that Doug owns 4.9 million shares, right? Do you see that?
Yeah.
So, and I remember they were saying something that the shares were worth like 50 cents, right?
Yeah.
So that times 50 cents is still $2.4 million, which is more money that he would have got if he would have sold out to Turn. I don't know. It's kind of What?
So what calculation do we need to do? Okay, here, case B. I missed it. I want to see that now.
Well, I don't know. I don't think there's necessarily a calculation we need to do. So the question 10 says, consider how the decision will affect the following. Company culture. Well, the company culture will change because the main guy is out and they're trying to get him out to eliminate problems. The leadership team will not have the original owner, and it's just going to have people who bought into the company. And the investors, I think, will be a little like there's more risk with a company that's already bought out there and the founder.
Yeah.
It always makes the company look sketchy if it doesn't have the original founder with them.
Yeah, I would say that too. What happened to the original founder?
Doug, the original, he's going to get.
Sorry, but they don't really know that because they have made Tom Shield as a founder, though.
Yeah, they made him a co-founder. That's true. But the investors do know it. The Angel A, B, and C investors do know that.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. It's just, and even more so, the Tom Washington, that one of the big investors, he owns 4% of the company.
Uh-huh.
He is like best friends with Doug. So I don't know. It's just going to add a riptide.
But do you know a similar case though that happened though?
What do you mean? A similar case of what?
Of someone that was the owner and was kicked off the company.
Yeah, it happened to McDonald's.
Job.
Oh yeah, Steve Jobs too.
Steve Jobs, he was kicked off and then he came back.
Yeah, I know that is true.
So
because people thought he was too radical.
It's not uncommon. It happens.
Yeah.
So.
But the company suffered.
The company suffered, and they probably contacted him and said, "Hey, no, I think he contacted them because he said he had some great ideas and yeah."
Yeah, exactly.
They were struggling. They were about to go bankrupt in the 90s, though. So.
Yeah. So, question 11 says, read KC. And that in KC is where Tom says to Barr to fire Doug. What does do the right thing for the company mean? Should Tom fire Doug? And does Yildex need Doug anymore? So, I don't know. I think, and this is where it talks about, and what does Doug bring to the company now that they have his algorithm? And how does Doug avoid getting into the situation? Do you change your mind about the buyouts now?
No, the question is, are they keeping also the engineers that were part of Doug's team?
No, they fired him already.
Huh?
They replaced all those people.
Yeah, so they have full knowledge about the product already.
Yes.
So in that case, they don't need Doug. They don't need because they already have gotten all that information and they know how the product is working. So in that case, it's only so much you can make a product much better.
Yeah.
So he already come over the big bump where the problem was. So.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it's like, as a company, the best thing is to do is fire Doug, but that's the sad thing. So.
Yeah.
Who's Doug?
No.
Doug's this guy who owns the company.
It's like poor Doug.
Oh, poor Doug. Poor Doug.
Poor Doug.
Poor Doug. He'll be fine. No, but that's the thing. It's like, go make another algorithm. You made $2 million off this one. Go make another one yourself. Invest the $2 million.
So in this case, then he will walk away with pretty much nothing.
I don't know. It depends on how much those shares are worth. If that 495 million shares are worth 50 cents, he can walk away with $2 million.
Yeah.
But if they're only worth a penny, he'll only walk away with what? 409, so $500,000.
Yeah.
So he would have better. It'd have been better. Like, so I wrote my report up a little bit, and I kind of said it would be better for him to go with Turn because one, he gets $1.5 million cash or something like that, and two, he gets investment into a company that's growing. So his stock is gonna
Yeah.
become more valuable, especially with them having his product. They're going
Yeah.
to take the product and make money off it, and then in turn make money for the investors. And now he's an investor in the company. So
The thing is, we have very little information about Turn.
no, yeah, but
How well are they doing?
they're doing
Are
well
they?
enough to offer him $4 million.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
So I don't know. Those are my thoughts. I mean, this is a case study.
But sometimes you can offer someone, you can be at the point where you're doing okay, and then but you take a lot of loan, and you put yourself in the risk of going bankrupt. So
Exactly. That's true too.
I mean, it all depends on where
They might have a
you
lot
have
of cash, but they might not have a lot of income.
yeah. So for me, they have very little information about Turn too.
To make a
Yes,
fair assessment.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But I mean, with the scenario of him going from being an owner and then all of a sudden, being kicked off from his own company, then you feel like, okay, he should probably have gone with the situation.
yeah.
Yeah. Looking at the
Anyways,
numbers, yes, the potential of making $300 million, but what he should have done, if you have a CEO that coming in and then asking for half of the company, then
that's sketch.
then you say, okay, this is not going to work out. You either then sell it, or you're trying to find someone else that
Well, and I think he was overqualified.
maybe
Tom
all
was.
yeah, he had
So it's
connect,
like,
but he had
yeah,
connections. That's the thing, he had connection with the investment industry.
yeah. Excuse me. I agree.
Yeah.
So I guess just so that we can post it, our final hypothesis, mine would be to sell to Turn and keep
Yeah.
his stock with them and make money off the stock.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, more and more talking about, I think you're switching towards that.
Yeah.
I mean, also looking at the whole scenario of him getting fired off, you know, yeah, you should definitely go with selling it then.
Yeah.
He walked away with a little bit less than $2 million in cash. And then, yeah, whatever the stocks are worth, he can either sell them or hold on to them for a little bit longer and make more money that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfecto.
Perfect.